Hello everyone and welcome back to more Seduce Me Too. I don't even know why. Go away, shift tab. I know what the hell you do. Okay, Steam. Okay. Anyways, welcome back to Seduce Me Too, the Demon War. We are back and we are at this pivotal moment, the start of the final showdown with the Demon Lord. So what happened in the last episode before we came up to this point was basically we entered in the trial that the dragon person Smog, I'm gonna call him Smog because he sounds like him. So Smog basically put us in a trial, or what the trial was is that originally when we came into the room with Diana, we thought it was gonna be a demon marriage ritual because of all the shit that's set up, and she did admit that yes, these are the items that are like key to doing the ritual, but then obviously Sam was like, no, she's not ready for this, or you know what, like, you know, this is a personal matter kind of thing, and you know, we shouldn't have to be forced to do this in terms of like, yeah, like just because it's part of the trial. So it turns out to be all a joke because Dana was like, that would defeat the purpose of the trial, because the actual trial is that we're gonna plop you in the middle of a forest, like in the middle of nowhere, and we're gonna make Hannah find Sam without using any means of like navigation or some sort of magic. Well, kind of, sorta, kind of like that. So yeah, so we're transported to the forest, and then Sam was separated from us, and us as Hannah has to go find Sam by following our hearts. And so we kind of went about it for a while, but then we got lost and we got frustrated. And then Dana kind of gave us a hint through the form of an ethereal voice. So she's like, you gotta think, you know, what is it that Sam gave you that is like, you know, really important? And it turns out to be the engagement ring. And then because his engagement ring was like really, it was like forged with magic and stuff like that, so like Hannah just had to think about Sam, you know, said the magic word amor, and then suddenly, you know, she's got a little GPS that led her towards Sam. So we found Sam in the end, and he was at the mouth of a cave, and we found him, we reunited with him happily, and then the next part of the trial was for him to go down to the cave where Smog actually is, and then, you know, to, you know, be able to see if he's worth getting the power that Smog will bestow upon him. So we said, yeah, sure, go ahead, Sam, like, go for it. So we let him go into the depths of the cave. We waited outside near the entrance, and then some shit happened. He comes back out fine and dandy. He got a new title. He's now Lord of Dragons, and he's got, you know, more superpowers to him. So yeah, that's what ended up happening. We passed our test with flying colors, and we came back to the demon, the Lilith Castle war, the war strategy room, whatever the fuck. Yeah, I can never remember that room's name, but anyways, yeah, we came back into the room. Everyone's freaked out because, you know, they were like, oh, they're missing, but now they're here. And obviously Dana knew where we went, and so she congratulates us. But then afterwards, when we were gonna, you know, depart for the night, she pulls Sam aside to talk to him privately, and of course we decide to eavesdrop on that. So we were eavesdropping on the conversation that Dana and Sam were having, and it's basically Dana kind of, you know, stating all these facts and all these like stuff that led up to the point of the war, and she was like blaming Sam and his brothers for the whole cause of the war, and she was getting really pissed about it, and she was getting really angry about it. But then in the end, it turns out that through all of that, she was like, you guys have to be the ones to be alive, or to stay alive at the end, because it would all be worth, you know, all for nothing, because, you know, you two basically caused the entire shitstorm to happen. So it's important for us to like make it through it. So that's the end of the matter that she wanted to discuss for Sam. Sam totally gets it. And then she asked an important loaded question to Sam, which was, I'm pretty sure if she were to die, would he become the Demon Lord? And we didn't exactly hear the question, nor did we hear Sam's answer, because for some reason everything went silent and we couldn't really like hear anything. So oh yeah, while we were eavesdropping, Damon was beside us as well. He was like, you know, part of the whole eavesdropping deal. So when we were done eavesdropping, he kind of like pulled us aside as well and revealed the fact that Sam was more brute demon than he is incubus. So yeah, because the Demon Lord himself is a brute demon. So yeah, so that's why Sam is angry all the time. So we got that fact. And then afterwards, we were gonna head back to our room, and then we were pulled into the whole coup d'etat conversation. For the sake of the story progression, just to zip through it, I agreed to, you know, supporting Diana and not to kill her, and then afterwards came back to our room. we had our, you know, sexy time moment with Sam before the final battle, and then up to that point, we were meeting again before the dawn of the siege. So instead of just kind of progressing with it and, you know, being like, oh yeah, you two, like, will go to the side tree lines and then, you know, make it to the castle there. And that's where we fight the Demon Lord. But no, instead, Shadow suggested that to Diana that it would be more effective if she were to throw the Demon Lord, or lead him up to this tower that is in the castle, and then throw him over the tower that was overlooking the decaying seas. Because if we do that, then he'll be forever trapped there. So that's the game changer there. Instead of having the final battle in the throne room hall kind of thing, where so far all the rest of the other brothers that we had done. So let's see, we made it up to the point again of going through the tree lines. We Hulk smashed our way through imps and then made it to the castle. Well, the border of the castle, well, up to the entrance, kind of side entrance to the castle. But then we get stopped by a challenger, not really a new challenger. It was an old fuckface guy, I guess. So it was Malix that stopped us in our way. He came back for, you know, what reason, probably by magic of the devil himself. But anyways, he comes back, blocks our path, and reveals the diabolical plans of the devil, saying that he's going to backdoor everything because this whole war was going to, you know, tear everyone apart, and then he's going to, you know, once everyone's like all dead and gone, he's going to swoop in and he's going to take over the abyssal plains and make it part of, you know, a new part of hell. So that was what Malix revealed to us. But then, of course, Sam beats the shit out of Malix. We helped him by giving the rest of our energy, and and Sam kamehameha'd him, and then he's gone for good. And then that's finally all. After beating him up, we finally make it to the tower where Diana and the Demon Lord were already fighting. And we come up to the tower to the point where Diana was caught by the Demon Lord, and she just had her wings ripped apart from her in a very gruesome way. So that is where we are right now. Okay, finally. Oh my god, I don't even know what the hell's gonna happen or how this is gonna go down, but hopefully it's gonna go smoothly, or else I'd be pretty pissed off because I died once. I already died once, and that was trying to pick a fight with Malix, but then he just brought a knife to a fist fight, and we were caught off guard and, you know, took a knife to the throat. So that's what happened. Anyways, moving along and continuing now for the final battle. What's gonna happen now? So yes, Sam, however, shouted and made the room shake with his voice. His rage showed his feeling clearly, despite seeing the one who fathered him after years of separation. Well, your father's a bit of an asshole, so I don't know.
Hey, shithead!
Yes, shithead. The Demon Lord instantly peered over, locking his eyes onto Sam's form as Sam began to step forward. Appeased with the new challenger, the Demon Lord licked his lips and tossed Diana to the side. Oh god, homegirl. Diana landed with a hard thud and slid across the floor, slamming against one of the stone frames that kept the stained glass of the room together. On her back were two large open wounds that weren't healing or fading away with her body like I expected. Well, you know, I thought her, like, the first time we saw her wings was when, like, it was part of her, like, markings that kind of made it. I don't even know, but either way, it was gruesome, and I feel bad for her. Diana, oh my god, I wish I was a healer, but I'm not.
Go check on her. This bastard is mine.
Yeah, I'm all for you, Sam. Yeah, you take care of him, because clearly, if I get involved, I'm probably gonna get my ass killed again. I wish I could fight. I really do. Sam continued to walk forward as I nodded and rushed over to Diana. She struggled to push herself up onto her hands, falling back onto the floor in failure as I approached. Hey, girl, don't take it easy, girl. I gotcha. Hold on. It's okay. It's okay. Zero. Oh god. Hey, Zero! Before my eyes, a small white light flashed beside us, revealing Zero. He quickly looked around before he looked down at Diana and rushed to his knees beside her. Yeah, can you heal her?
Zero!
Yeah, you fix that. I got onto my knees and helped Diana get up onto hers, seeing her worn and tired face. As she got up, she instantly fell to the side into Sable's arms. Zero quickly wrapped his arms around Diana and kissed her head, most likely trying to feed her energy to heal. Her back wounds, despite the energy, were still not closing. All across her body were slash marks and bruises from the intense struggle, but I knew already that she had put up a good fight, right? God damn, girl. Now it was Sam's turn. Hopefully. The Demon Lord raised his arms to his sides, visually challenging his new opponent with a wide smirk on his face and a scowl in his eyes.
So you wanna die too? I always knew you were a disgrace.
Ugh.
I've waited a long time to kick your ass.
Now's your chance, Sam. Go berserk, go crazy. I don't care, I'm not holding you back this time. Alright, Sam glared hard at the Demon Lord before reaching up and summoning his sword. As he did, flames began to quickly engulf his body, twisting and shaping into multiple dragons that brought surprise and fear into the Demon Lord's eyes. Yeah, yo! Yeah!
You will burn and fall into the darkest depths of the abyss where you belong.
Yeah, you go, Sam. Burn his ass. Roast him. The Demon Lord, however, snarled and summoned his own blade ready to battle. There was no more room to place threats. Their blades would speak for them now. Sam and the Demon Lord rushed at each other, arching their blades at each other and slamming their swords together. As they clashed, red lightning and wildfire shot out from the impact between them. Hopefully we can get away from this heat. This did not deter Sam and the Demon Lord from slashing and swinging again at each other, parrying over and over with murderous vigor. It was like watching fireworks go off in a massive storm. Why is it always like... she's always like comparing it to fireworks. Like this... I'm sure it's very beautiful and pretty, but like this is far from, you know, a show that we want to get close to. The flames around Sam began to circle around him and the Demon Lord, forming an inescapable ring around them. This is going to be a battle to the death, by flame or by sword. Neither opponent seemed to hold anything back. Let's get ready to rumble! Yeah! Go Sam!
How? How did you get this power?
Because we were friends with a dragon. Yeah, yo! Surprise, motherfucker!
It doesn't matter how! All you need to know is that I'm gonna use it to kill you!
Yep, okay, cool. The Demon Lord grabbed hold of Sam's sword and kicked Sam's hand to make him release it. However, as the sword left Sam's hand, it vanished and reappeared in Sam's grip as if it belonged there. It's like that Jedi like voice trick thing where it's like they just kind of summon their lightsaber. Using the opportunity, Sam slashed at the Demon Lord and carved a deep line into the Demon Lord's chest. Yes! Rawr! The Demon Lord stepped back, gripping his chest as before my eyes, the skin around the wound began to burn and release black smoke. The Demon Lord snarled in reply, swinging his sword again at Sam.
You're dead!
Nope. Quite on the contrary. The Demon Lord pummeled a barrage of slashes and swipes at Sam with his sword, only to be blocked and parried each time. I felt a hopeful smile grow on my face. We were going to win. And then he pulls some next shit on us, and we're gonna be fucked. I don't know. I'm expecting a total plot twist to happen right now because I don't trust this. It's all going too well. The strange excitement of the situation filled my body with joy. I was going to go home and be with my family and friends and live in the human world. Sam and I were going to live happily ever after, and this is the door to get us there. Okay. Don't get your hopes up too soon, girl. You gotta knock on wood or some shit. We're gonna go home. Knock on wood. Don't jinx it now. Sam and the Demon Lord jumped away from each other, glaring hard at one another, but as they began to circle each other. Watch, like, some next shit gonna happen. Like, some bullshit. Like, something. Something's gonna happen. Like, Master's just gonna show up again. He's like, I'm back, bitches, for, like, the third time. I would be so mad. I would have been like, girl, you need to fucking chill.
Weak brat. Needing the power of a dragon to defeat me?
Well, there you go. You already know where he got the power from, so what's the point of even asking him in the first place? God.
You don't fucking get it, do you? I don't just have the power of a dragon.
I have the power of many dragons. I don't know. What you gonna say, Sam? My eyes couldn't believe what I was seeing. A pair of wings wreaths in flames suddenly erupted from Sam's back, lifting him into the air. Sam's voice boomed through the air, filled with magic, rage, and power. Ooh, you got wings too.
I am a dragon!
Oh, you are. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Alright. Okay. Damn. Game changer. Sam raised his sword, causing it to become engulfed by red and green flame before swinging it down onto the Demon Lord. As it clashed with the Demon Lord's sword, a burst of flame erupted from between the blades. Grah. He sounds like a little baby tiger. Each block the Demon Lord had caused another and another burst to explode in his sight. Sparks and flames licked violently against his skin as he tried to defend himself from the dragon that was Sam. Soon enough, even the Demon Lord couldn't defend anymore. Sam knocked the Demon Lord's sword away, causing it to slide against the floor outside of the Ring of Fire.
No!
Ring of Fire, yeah!
It's over!
Okay, do it. Do it. Punch it. Sam swooped at the Demon Lord and jammed his blade into the Demon Lord's chest, making his resounding gasp of pain echo through the flames. The Demon Lord's eyes wavered, staring at the far wall as the flames around him began to die out. Black and red smoke rose from the blade, dancing around the Demon Lord's body and dissipating into the air above. Is it done? Is it over? No plot twist? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Yeah? I can celebrate now, right? Yeah? I don't want to jinx it.
Goodbye, old man.
Yeah, later, bitch. Sam gripped his sword with both hands and yanked the sword out from his father's body, making the Demon Lord arch back before falling forward. Smoke continued to rise and engulf the Demon Lord's body as if it was beginning to cremate itself after death. Wow, instant cremation. As the Demon Lord let out his last breath, a silence at last engulfed the room, only interrupted by the sound of Sam's labored breathing. You okay, Sam? You really exerted yourself there. And it was over. It was finally over. Yeah? Yeah, for real? For sure? I could feel tears well up in my eyes as the situation sank into my body, causing me to place my hands on the floor and stare into the dark marble. We did it. We really did it. I still don't trust this. After all, I'm just so traumatized by, ultimate games and visual novels because they're just gonna pull some shit on me. They always do. I looked to Sam, seeing him land softly on the ground while his wings vanished into clouds of smoke. As he turned to me, I could see exhaustion hit his body like a tidal wave. "I'ma catch you, don't worry." One step towards me brought him crashing down to his knees. "I got you." "Sam!" Well, kinda. Before I could even stand to run to him, Sam lifted his hand, laughing tiredly.
I'm fine. Calm down.
Are you sure? I relaxed for a moment, relieved to know that he was alright. I felt myself let out a sigh as I heard Diana chuckle beside me. Okay, this seems to be going okay. Alright.
He wore you out that fast? You're not as tough as you look, brute.
Hey, Diana. It takes a lot of energy to do this dragon shit, okay? God. Sam chuckled and raised a middle finger at Diana, curling his shoulders over himself as he tried to breathe and relax from the whole ordeal. I felt myself laugh as I took in the situation as well. Yeah. The war was over. It was. No, it was not. Something's gonna happen. Oh my god.
I won't be the only one who dies here.
There you go. I knew it. I called it. Damn, sir, you are like one tough cookie because last time I looked at you, you were burning yourself to death. So I don't know. I don't want to look at you right now because you might be like half burnt. You know, like Two-Face. That shit's gross. His whispered voice barely reached my ears. It couldn't be. Oh, but it is. I looked over horrified as I saw the Demon Lord barely pushing up on his hands, glared at me through the smoke surrounding him with crazed, almost psychotic eyes. As he suddenly pointed his hand at me, everyone else had only just turned around to see him. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Possession? Sword to the chest? Hostage situation? What's going on? Are you gonna dangle me over the decaying sea, then to put me in there? What's going on? What's your deal?
Die!
Okay, but who? Me? I'm pretty sure me. Alright, cool. Within a mere breath of a second, a line of red lightning was fired straight at me from his outstretched hand. I didn't have time to react. I didn't have time to think. Great. Thanks. God. Time seemed to move in slow motion as the red bolt inched closer to my body, about to make impact with my sternum. Sam, despite his speed, wasn't fast enough to stop its journey towards my chest. Am I really gonna die here? Seriously? After all I've done? What did I do to deserve this? I could see my life flash before my eyes. It was over. Really? So soon? God damn it. I didn't do anything stupid this time either. I didn't decide to just try to fight people and then, get myself killed because of that. I what?
No!
Am I dead? I'm dead, aren't I? Oh, I felt my body being pushed violently to the side, away from the incoming attack. Oh my god, I turned my head as I was pushed and stared wide-eyed at who was pushing me away. Oh no! Oh no! With a crash, the window behind us shattered with Diana flying out of it. Oh, and she totally asked him too. Sam was like, "What if I die? Will you be the Demon Lord or some shit?" I don't even know, but I'm pretty sure she asked him that. Dana, who had been beside me the entire fight, stared at the incoming attack as she took my place in its trajectory. There was no time to shout back, there wasn't any time to stop it from happening. I could only watch as the ray slammed against Diana's chest and forced her body backwards into the stained glass behind us. And over the decaying sea. Wow, oh wow. My gaze followed Diana's body, seeing her look to me with a sad, teary-eyed smile. There was no words that could be said as she flew into the air. There was no way to grab her and pull her back. All I could do was watch as Diana's body arched back and plummet downwards towards the decaying sea below. She no longer had her wings, so she couldn't fly to save herself. But, oh right, Sam's tired. I was gonna say, but Sam has wings?
Any creature unfortunate enough to fall into that cursed stretch of water will be doomed to sink into an endless black void. They can never die due to the dark magic in the water, but they can never come back up. There is no saving them.
Well then, yep. No, homegirl! Homegirl took one for the team again. God damn it. I reached out despite the futility of it towards Diana and watched her sink through the air as gravity took hold. I barely had time to blink as a figure ran past my body and pushed off the ledge of the window, zipping straight towards Diana's body. Is this Sayro? Oh my god, I'm pretty sure Sayro would do crazy shit too if she, for anything for Diana.
Isaiah!
Yep, there he goes. There he goes. Sayro, face pale as snow, had projected his body towards her and had managed to wrap his arms around her form, causing her to cling to him. Both Demon Tower plummeted down towards the dark waters, quickly vanishing from sight. Wow, what a fucking wow. What Romeo and Juliet bullshit is this? I couldn't even see the splash their bodies made as they hit the water surface. God damn, this is fucking tragic. Diana! No! Diana! How could you do this? How could you do this to me, homegirl? Like, ugh, I could have done so. Oh, man, you know what? Like, god damn it. I gripped the edge of the tower, not believing what I was seeing. This couldn't have been real. Diana and Sayro were gone, even as Sayro called her name, even as magic was on their side. I don't know, maybe some next miracle shit will happen, because Sayro's like half angel. I don't know, I don't fucking know. How could they be gone? Because the Demon Lord is an asshole, and you know what? We need a little tragedy in our life. The garbled noise of the Demon Lord's throat being impaled barely caused me to turn and see Sam ran his sword through his father's neck. At last, the Demon Lord fell lifeless for sure. However, my vision became obscured by tears. Should have double tapped! God damn it, that's the one rule you always need to do when facing an enemy, is you need to double tap. God. I watched behind a veil of tears. Sam rushed over to me and wrapped his arms around me, pulling me close and laying my head on his shoulder.
Are you okay?
Girl, I just saw my homegirl be like projected out of the fucking window and down towards the decaying sea where she may or may not never come back up again. Like, do I look okay? Do I look okay to you, Sam? I could barely even utter a no or shake my head. I buried my face into Sam's shoulder, gripping to him as the sight of Diana falling burned itself into my memory. I felt something in my soul lift and disappear, but I couldn't have cared less. I heard the heavy sounds of footsteps rush towards us, but I didn't lift my head up. Probably the other guys.
Sam!
Yep, hi. You sort of missed the whole tragedy of shit. Yeah, shit.
Wait, where's...
Well, Dad is gone. Down there.
Diana and Sarah were gone.
Yep.
Gone?
Yeah, gone. Down there.
They fell into the sea.
Yes, you're not even fucking phased. You're like, whatever. I felt Sam nod, still hugging me tightly. He held my head close to him as he spoke for us.
Diana saved her from that bastard's last attack. The guard jumped after her.
Yep. As sad silence engulfed the room, what could have been said? The Demon Lord was defeated, but the rebellion had lost its queen. For a moment, the world felt dark and cold, as if the war had been lost alongside Diana, despite the rebellion obtaining victory. I gripped onto Sam, feeling deep sadness for the entire situation. Diana saved my life, sheltered me, and fell into a seemingly endless sea because of me. Sam, feeling my anguish, tightened his embrace around me and let me bury my face in his chest. The war had ended at last, but now we didn't know where to go. The war had ended, but at what cost? At least that's what I thought. Why? What happened? Sam gently Sam gently loosened his embrace around me and looked to the remaining rebel demons with a hard gaze. I looked up, wiping my eyes in confusion. What was wrong now? He's gonna do what he's promised Diana he would do.
Will you all honor her words?
Yeah, oh, what words? Yep.
Her words? Wait, she gave it to you?
Yep. Yep, sir. Yes, sir. What? There was more? What does Sam mean? Faye looked to her companions as they stared at Sam in shock.
Well, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
Nope. So you're gonna sit your ass here and you're gonna listen.
We can't exactly refuse the Lord of Dragons.
Yeah, or else he'll fucking roast you to hell. So, listen up. I looked up at Sam, feeling completely lost. Sam looked down at me and helped me stand before releasing my body and stepping away from me. With a sigh, he looked down at the floor. Sam? I think he's gonna take over as being the Demon Lord, I'm pretty sure. Like, there's no other thing, there's like no other conclusions. Unless you're gonna throw some next curveball at me game than that, man.
Diana made me promise something.
Yes.
If she died, then...
Then you be Demon Lord, just say it. Then... Sam looked to his brothers in nervousness. I looked over as well to see them confused but ushering him to continue before turning back to Sam and holding his hands. Then what? Then what? Tell me.
If she died, then I'd step in for the rebellion. And take the throne.
Yes, I knew it. I won Jeopardy. Yay, congrats! To me. I stared wide-eyed at Sam. What? Sam was now the leader of the rebellion. What of the others? I looked to the other rebel leaders to see them bow their head to Sam, answering my mental question and causing me to look back at my fiancé. Well, it's not like they do a good job at, being queen or king anyway, so we all learn from that. What about us? What about us? Would Sam leave me? Would he make me stay? Did that make me a queen? Did that mean I had to stay no matter what? We had to stay? What about the human world? Girl, you need to, slow the fuck down. Sam, most likely feeling my nervousness in my hands, grasped them and gently pulled me to him.
Look, I made a promise to her. But I'm yours first. If taking the throne means leaving you, then I'd rather burn it.
Oh. Bae, so loyal. Hey, what? Fight me. Sam. His gaze burned into my gaze, showing me his utter devotion. He was serious about needing to take it, but I knew that he would never leave me or force me away from him. Sam gently rubbed my hands with his thumbs and stared down at them.
So, I'm leaving the choice up to you.
Damn it.
The Demon Lord's dead, so we can go back and live normal lives and whatever in the human world.
Oh my god, don't make me choose. Or we can stay and rule the demon world? Sam nodded, affirming my assumption. It was a lot to take in. I wasn't sure how to respond. The dream of me looking back to see my family and friends began to haunt me. Oh, yeah. If I stayed, I would never be able to see them again. More than that, would the demon world even accept a human queen? Would I have to become a demon or something? Yeah, but this is a little complicated. Sam nodded as Shadow stepped in. Wow, really?
Naturally, demons would never accept a human as their ruler. Besides, while it is impossible for a demon to be separated from their magic and become human, the same isn't the case the other way around.
Oh, true, because Diana did turn us into a demon queen when we were asking her for, what did she want in exchange for our memories. What did we want in exchange for our memories? Yeah, in that first game. In the first game, yeah, right. Got it.
We'd be able to turn you into a succubus, a demon of Lilith, as they were originally formed from a being who was once human before.
Okay. Yeah, so I would be a succubus if I stayed, but I'd be ripping myself away from my family, my friends. Was it fair for them? Was it fair for me? Was it fair to me? What about my family and friends? Well... Sam lowered his head as James stepped forward.
If you decide to stay, then we would be tasked with asking angels to remove any memories of you from the human world.
Oh, wow. Damn! My heart dropped. My parents, my friends, anyone who knew me would forget. It would be the best. It would be for the best, but to think that I would no longer exist for them made my eyes water slightly. Wow, that's tough. Yeah, what the hell? That's fucked up. But yeah, it is true. It's logical. Oh god, here it comes. I wasn't sure what to say. I felt myself freeze in place, unsure whether to run back into the light of the human world or to stay in the dark of the demon world. I could feel the situation sink hard into my stomach, but I knew I had to make a choice. Here it comes. Thoughts of Diana pushing me away from the demon lord's final attack replayed in my head, reminding me that she gave her life for me when she was meant to take up the responsibility of having the world on her shoulders. Thanks, homegirl. God. Sam gripped my hands tightly, causing me to gaze up into his eyes.
I know this is a big decision, but just know that whatever you choose, I'll be with you no matter what.
Oh my god. So like... So this is kind of like if we had chosen to kill Diana by poisoning her, like, to help out the rebel leaders do the coup d'etat. So like... So I feel like if we choose to, like, go to the human world, then they would do the whole ending where, like, since in this case Sergeant would be our trainer, then he would be the one to take up the throne and then fuck things up. So like, I feel like that would happen. I stared up at him, seeing an endless world of love buried within his emerald irises. He would put me first no matter what, but what would I choose? My family, my friends were important to me, but this world became important too. I closed my eyes, remembering my grandfather's words. Trust your heart. I don't know. You should do what makes you happy. Okay, yep. Basically follow your heart. I opened my eyes and smiled at Sam, my heart finally reaching a decision. I want... Here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, we're gonna have to come back to this choice again either way, just to see what endings we would get. But damn. Damn, damn, damn. Oh damn. Oh damn. Oh god. Like I said, if we did return to the human world, I feel like the rebel leaders would take up, you know, trying to control the throne or in the position of controlling the throne, but then they would fuck it up for some way, somehow. And then if we did stay in the demon world, then, you know, that'd be like a whole new possibility that we probably would not see. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Decisions, and it's like, it's sad because, you know, if we stay, then that means everyone will forget about us. So like, oh shit. Oh man. Okay, you know what? I think for the sake of seeing if the story would change, cause like I'm curious, cause I kind of want to do return to the human world first, just to see if my theories about it would be correct, and then come back to staying in the demon world. So I feel like it would. Okay, you know what? Let's just confirm my theories. Let's confirm my theories first, and then we'll come back, and then we'll stay in the demon world and just see where that would take us. So let's do that. My heart belonged there. I was human after all. I knew that the demon world was important to Sam and Dana, but I would have never been truly happy here. I missed the blue sky and the sweet air of home called back to me. Or called me back, yeah. The curse on me had been lifted. We fought in the war to return home. That was what we had to do. True. Like all this effort just to get back home, and then in the end it'll be like, well, I'm staying. Truth. You right, game. Sam smiled slightly and nodded. The incubi and the wives smiled as well, but the rebel leaders lowered their heads and looked at each other in concern. I quickly turned to them, not wanting to leave them without a plan. Work together to rebuild this world. Dana would have wanted that from all of you. Psh, little do you know, Hannah, that they were planning on killing her off anyways, because they're fucking greedy and they think she can't do the whole ruling shit right. So hey, this low-key worked out for them, like, for real. A lump in my throat almost blocked me from finishing that sentence. It was deeply painful to refer to Diana as dead, as she gave her life for me, but the world needed a leader, and it had 4. Psh, that's what you think. The 4 rebel leaders looked to each other and nodded.
We will do our best. Thank you for trusting the world with us.
Uh-huh. Alright. Don't act like you all, like, innocent and shit.
What are we gonna do first? We could do all kinds of really amazing things, like rebuild the forests. No, wait, have a party. Wait, no.
Well, looks like we know who's not gonna be the first in line to be in charge.
Faye, quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, lighten up. The war is over. We have a reason to celebrate.
You're right, Sergeant, you're right. But like, I still want to see if like they kind of fuck things up, or maybe you know what? Maybe this way they would be okay. I don't know. I smiled, happy to know that the world was in good hands. However, Faye took a breath and looked to me with a small smile before forming a small lavender-colored lily in her hands. Oh, okay. What is this?
Before you go, though, since Diana is... well... she wanted to give you this.
Aww. I stared at the flower in surprise. What was it? I reached out and took it into my hands, practically feeling magic and energy run through it. It's lovely. Ow.
A flower of Lilith. But how can that be?
She searched high and low. That's how dedicated Homegirl is.
They were said to have died out generations ago.
Oh my god, you're just making me feel like shit all over again. Thanks, guys. I continued to stare at the flower, entranced by its spell, but it was such a gorgeous looking flower I could barely tear my eyes away.
Put it behind your ear. I think she said it was magical or something.
Okay, yeah, we already know what's gonna happen. Like, it'll form a flower crown if I'm worthy. I tilted my head before nodding and lifting it to tuck it behind my ear. As it settled against my ear, I felt mist circle my head and form into a flower crown of lavender lilies. The way everyone looked at me made me feel like I was in my bridal wear already.
Whoa.
I know, pretty, right?
Amazing!
I know, amazing. I looked to Sam, seeing him grin from ear to ear at the sight of me. I blushed, feeling somehow timid with the flower crown on my head, but happy to know that it had rendered my husband speechless. However, as I lifted my hand to the flowers, feeling their soft petals, I could feel the world fade to a white color. Why? Huh? Where? What? From the direction of where Diana had fallen, a figure stepped towards me, bathed in light. I covered my eyes with my arm for a moment before seeing who it was. Diana, is that you? Is that your ghost? Is that your spirit? Diana? Oh my god, homegirl, come back from the dead just to like freaking, you know, hug me out. Hug me. With a smile, Diana stopped in front of me and gently ran her hand along the crown over the petals of the flowers. I stared wide-eyed at Diana, unbelieving that I was seeing her.
I expected you to choose the human world. Really, dear. So predictable.
Oh, shut up. Okay, it's all for science. Diana chuckled, stopping me from whatever I was planning on saying before cupping my chin and to make me gaze into her eyes.
Well then, promise me that you will take care of the brute. He needs a strong woman guiding him, and you've been blessed by the flowers of Lilith. So it seems you're up to the task.
Of course. Yeah, yo. I felt tears form and drip down my cheeks, but I nodded. Something in my heart lifted as I felt at ease with everything. I had made the right choice. With a smile, Diana tilted forward and kissed my forehead beneath the crown before stepping away.
May you be happy with your choice, dear. And thank you.
Oh, God. Diana slowly turned and began to walk away further into the light of the area. Sarah, who was also bathed in light, slowly appeared and waited for Diana with an arm out for her. Well, at least they're together. Oh. Diana took his hand and smiled up at him before looking back to me, nodding, and walking away. As they both vanished into the light, the world around me reappeared with everyone staring at me in shock. I just experienced some next supernatural shit. I was in touch with their spirit, and it was great.
Whoa, hey. Are you alright?
Sorry, I had like a really transcending moment. I don't know. Well, huh? I quickly looked at Sam before lifting my hand to my cheek, feeling the trails my rogue tears left behind over my skin. I wiped my eyes and cheeks before nodding and laughing softly. I'm fine, sorry, ha 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 ha, no I'm not! Ah! I smiled brightly, taking in a breath, and looked up at Sam while taking his hands. Let's go home. Finally. Home. Yes.
Well, you did it! Congratulations! You've made it to the end of your story. I have to say, I am very surprised at how it turned out.
Alright, we're gonna skip on ahead just to see what Kay has to say in terms of, you know, the rebel leaders taking over the demon world. So let's see if they fuck things up. You and Sam deserve to be happy. I mean, you both went through the dragon's trial to be together. A dragon's trial, those are tough. I know, yeah, cool.
Still, it all worked out, right? You defeated the demon lord and got to return home to the human world.
I guess.
Anyways, you've been through a lot.
Really?
So why don't we skip to...
What? Wait, she's not gonna talk about the whole rebel leaders being in charge? Nah? Okay, what else?
Huh? You want to know after the war was
Okay,
finished,
you know what, actually,
the
we're gonna skip a
entire
little bit.
rebellion...
There we go, okay, so Kay kind of tripped over her stuff because I skipped. I skipped before she could say the dialogue. But anyway, since Diana and Sayo fell to their demise and you decided to return to the human world with Sam, the rebel leaders took up the mantle together and vowed to bring peace and prosperity to the demon world. Alright, and we got an achievement that says, you know, like, peaceful, whatever the fuck. And it seems like they did a good job. What?
While it was a tough time for them, as a majority of the world still mourned the loss of the rebel queen, they managed to bring the world together and bring a steady peace to the demons within.
No way! They actually got their shit together! What? That's my plot twist of the century right here. Like, screw the whole demon lord coming back from the dead and trying to kill us all, but like, damn, they actually got their shit together! What?
They worked diligently to this day, trying to bring equality to the entire world and create a world their queen would have been proud of.
Wow, I'm so shocked. Shit.
And I believe that is everything that happened after, well, except for your story anyway.
I was pleasantly proven wrong. God damn. Okay, let's continue to our story then. What's happened?
Sam and you returned home and prepared to get married at last. No distractions, no kidnapping.
All right, awesome.
Huh? How do I know? Well, I have my ways. Maybe you should check it out.
All right, wow, shit. What? Oh my god. By the time I returned to the human world, I had regained all of my pre-wedding jitters. My mind began to furiously worry about the wedding again all the way until it came time to walk down the aisle. After that, it was surprisingly smooth sailing, of course, or else I would have been really mad. Like, I've been through so much shit, and all I just want to do is just get married. That's the one thing I wanted in life. I will forever remember the moment the bells chimed and the taste of Sam's lips on mine as we were pronounced wife and husband. The ceremony erupted in cheers, and the reception carried that energy into the night. I could go on and on about the wedding and the honeymoon, but honestly, after the war, I was more concerned of living my life afterwards. Our lives escalated to new heights after we officially became husband and wife. Sam began to climb the ladder of the public service chain and eventually became chief of police. Ooh! Everyone at work respected him, even the criminals that came in after being arrested. Damn, Sam! As for me, I began to go through my own success in life, dedicating myself to becoming exactly what I wanted to be. After all, my husband was a cop who was also secretly a demon. If I put the same amount of work in as I did in the demon world, then I was going to be okay. However, there was never a day that went by that I didn't think about what was happening in the Abyssal Plains. It was a heavy chapter in my life, one that tested the love between me and Sam. To think that I was married to the Lord of Dragons, apparently it was a very powerful title to own, and I happened to be in love with the man who carried it. A title like that, I was sure, carried a large amount of responsibility. Well, like what? Because technically he's not in the Abyssal Plane anymore, so is he still getting emails of attending council meetings as Lord of Dragons? Like, what's happening? What do you mean by responsibilities? Still, I was confident that we would get through it and stay together no matter what came in our way. Demon, devil, dragon, it didn't matter to us. We were unstoppable together, right? Like, well, dragon didn't really exactly do anything. Well, sort of, kind of, but like he didn't exactly mean us harm. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just that in comparison to the other ethereal beings that we have to face, it was like dragon was like the least problematic. The faint memory of my own power slightly tingled through me every time I grew confident, eagerly reminding me that I had strength of my own. I would never let anyone come between me and Sam ever again. Standing over the stove, I took a moment to let my mind wander as the breakfast I was preparing slowly cooked. Sam was still passed out in bed, tired from working the day before, so I let him sleep peacefully. Alright, you go ahead and you do that. It was adorable remembering his sleeping face, a goofy grin, hair rustled and wild, expression surprisingly peaceful. I could only chuckle as I began to plate our food and arrange the breakfast tray to carry it all. The plates weren't a problem, but the glasses and jug of orange juice made it a challenge. Oh, damn, gotta balance this shit. I, however, was confident enough in my skills to carry breakfast to our room to surprise Sam. Hey, breakfast in bed! Everything smells great, let's hope it tastes good too, right? I slowly made my way to the bedroom, climbing the stairs one step at a time. While it was usually true that that you lose balance the slower you go when carrying something. I didn't want to just bolt up the stairs in hopes of getting everything there in one piece. Right. Because that'd be awful. As I finally arrived, I quietly slipped into the room. At the sight of the still sleeping Sam, I smiled and let out a silent sigh of relief before walking in and placing the tray of food on the nearby nightstand. The sight of Diana's lily caught my attention. It was in a beautiful vase Sam and I custom ordered, decorating the nightstand perfectly. Because of its magical nature, it was still alive and looked as freshly bloomed as the day I received it. Really? You had a customized vase made for this flower? Damn. Okay, whatevs. Despite it being a bittersweet day, Sam and I cherished the lily and cared for it a lot. It was a physical memory of an important chapter in my life, and I felt blessed to have it still. I let out another sigh before walking around the bed and sitting in the spot I usually slept in before gently nudging Sam. Hey, wake up! Breakfast! Sam, it's almost 10 a.m. Come on, let's wake up. Don't make me pull out, like, what's it called? Circle of Life on the iPhone and the stereo. I'm gonna blast it. When Sam didn't move, I simply chuckled. He was indeed a deep sleeper. I gently leaned in and kissed Sam's cheek, hoping to break the spell of sleep on him with true love's kiss. God, you're so fucking cheesy. It's time to get up, Sam. Sam.
5 more minutes.
No, Sam. I got food. I could only laugh before crawling further onto the bed and sitting beside him. While breakfast was waiting, Sam deserved to sleep a bit longer. He had been working hard ever since his promotion, so it was no surprise to see him struggle to get up. Bob, okay, baby worked so hard. Fine, I'ma spoil you just a little bit more. I ruffled Sam's hair a bit, making him groan and push my hand off tiredly, but that only spurred me to laugh harder. As I did, Sam finally opened an eye and stared up at me, an exhausted haze evident in his gaze. Ah, that rhymed, and that nearly tripped me up. I covered my mouth and giggled a little, apologizing for waking him up with my laughter. Sorry, I'll be quiet. Yeah, I'll sit here quietly and just stare at you really creepily until you get up. Sam shook his head and yawned, stretching his arms up and shutting his eyes, before opening them again and lazily looking up at me from his pillow.
Morning, doofus.
Morning, my sexy little cupcake. Morning, Sam. I made breakfast. Breakfast! Sam sniffed the air and turned his head to look at the tray before nodding and returning to his lazy pose on the bed.
Smells good. Bet it tastes even better.
Hopefully. That's the idea. That's the plan. Haha, I would hope so. Sam gave me a toothy grin before gently pulling me down to lie beside him. Whoa, Sam. No, Sam. I was silenced by Sam nuzzling my shoulder and pulling me close to cuddle against my body. My face began to heat as I felt his warmth around me.
We'll eat in a bit. I want to stay here for a while.
Okay. Alright. I took the moment before nodding and wrapping my arms around him, nuzzling his chest. Sam smiled and kissed my head, relaxing into the embrace. He felt perfect in my arms and nothing could have been better than being held by him. It was like lying in paradise. Did you sleep okay?
Mm-hmm. You?
Yeah, I slept great. No dragons, no angels, no little fetus ghosties, nothing. It's great. Our words became simple, but our embrace only intensified our love for each other. The bed became like a cloud and the room almost lost its shape in my eyes as all I could focus on was Sam.
I love you. You know that,
I
right?
love you too, Pumpkin. Now, eat your damn food before it gets cold. I ain't reheating that shit. Hee hee, I love you too.
I mean it. I love you and care about you so much.
And I do too, okay? I mean, I made breakfast for you. I looked up at Sam, seeing the love he spoke of burn brightly in his eyes, and he locked his gaze with mine. I felt my heart beating wildly in my chest before leaning up and nuzzling my forehead to his with a peaceful and happy smile. And I used Sam more than anyone will ever know. There was nothing more that needed to be said. Our feelings were simple but powerful enough to move continents. Our love may have seemed plain at a glance, but within our hearts burned the flames of our devotion and passion for one another. Like a dragon's flame. Yeah, okay. I couldn't stop my smile from growing before leaning in and kissing Sam lovingly, feeling him kiss back with the same amount of love and passion I had. No matter what, we would always find each other. We would always wind up back in each other's arms, and we would fly through every obstacle in our way on the wings of our love. cheesy. And that was my perfect happily ever after. Yay! Wow, just you and me. Oh, so cute. Okay, wow. Damn. Damn. All right. Jeez. I was pleasantly surprised that everything kind of worked out in the end. Like, damn. Goddamn. So, the rebel leaders got their shit together. I mean, you know, that's great because I don't know, for whatever reason, they don't got their shit together when it comes into actually them murdering Diana over this. But when Diana just so happens to get killed off, they're like, oh shit, we gotta do something. God. Alright, what else? Whatever, it all worked out for the better. Everyone's happy. Alright. And of course, we are definitely going to go back to seeing what would happen had we made other choices and also getting other endings. Maybe it relates to actually like making the choice of staying in the demon world too, so yes. Alright, yay! So we made it through the ending and we got the achievement Just You and Me, which is an ending, and looking up at my guide, apparently he has 4 endings. Like, 1, 2... Yes, 4 endings. Wait. Huh. Okay, so anyways, yeah, 4 endings, 4 official endings. For some reason, the Hand of the Devil death one that I got within his route was not listed. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe that means that Malik shows up in other brothers' routes too. For some reason, I don't even know. Anyways, we do have 4 endings with him. We got the second best-ish so ending, which was Just You and Me, which is us not taking the demon throne. There's the Hand of the Devil one where we got involved with the fight between Malix and Sam and got our throats sliced because we dumb and we can't do that apparently. We can't jump in on the fight. The worst ending that we could possibly get is You Are Not Worthy, which is less than 9 points to get with Sam, and Sam has 10 available points. Alright, so less than 9. Wow, anything less than 9 you get a bad ending? Shit, okay, well whatever, I did a good job at getting all his points anyways, what else? So all we have to do is just fuck up on one of his choices. Okay, let's see which one we should do. Okay, so apparently, so here's what's happening with the guide. So according to the guide, the ending You Are Not Worthy, which is like the worst one that you could possibly get, is that you have to get less than 9 points, which is funny enough because prior to the last choice we made that actually, you know, concerns with getting points is the one where it's like, we are gonna, like, boy, you are going to let me kiss you, which was when after we managed to find Sam in the forest. So that choice, like, I was gonna go up to the last choice that mattered in terms of points and then just kind of like leave that one out, but surprisingly enough is that what happened there was would it, I don't know, would it change? Maybe? Yes? No? Yes? Because the other ending that is there in that kind of sequence or that timeline is the monster is dead, which is achievable if we choose not to let Sam do the dragon trial. So I think that was before like not letting him enter the cave. So let's, you know what? Let's try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Let's fuck up here. Just nod. How awkward. Just nod here, and then we'll see if we can get the You Are Not Worthy worthy ending, because so far up until this point I have had all the points for him, except for this is the last one where it's gonna give us a total of 10, but we're not gonna do it because we don't get this bad ending. So let's just nod. Let's just go for the You Are Not Worthy ending and get only less than 9 points, or at 9 points. Less than 9 or equal to 9? Oh, no, what? No, hold on. We'll go back 2 choices, because it says less than 9, so let's get 8. Let's get 8 then. Okay. Where are we? Where to go? Where to go? Is it here? Oh wait, am I in the load? I just want to make sure. Load. Yeah, what is this? Set him straight, take initiatives. No. Okay, wait. This is a sexy time. Alright, okay, no. We're not doing that. We ain't doing that. Where? Where to fuck up? Stop him with no. Oh, hey, no, we can do this. Okay. Wait, no, that's too far back. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I found it. Okay, so this is after the sexy time where we stopped him from changing back into his human form when he lost his glamour spell. And he was encouraging us to do well on the trials, and we get a point if we kiss him. So we're gonna not get the point, and then we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Okay, you're just gonna say thanks, Sam. I was glad to know that Sam was supporting me through this. Daniel, however, looked over to the fireplace. Alright, so we didn't get a point there, so we're gonna skip on ahead, and we're gonna go up to the point where we find him in the forest. And then we're not gonna say, boy, you're going to let me kiss you. And we're gonna lose another point, and then we're gonna see if we can get that ending. Okay, let's go. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna nod our head, be super ox about this. I couldn't bring myself to say anything. I was so happy. I gripped over his hand and kissed it, feeling so complete that he was here with me. Oh my god, he gonna get his ass burned? Oh, for the sake of science. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. I have found him at last.
Well done.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna skip on ahead and see what's gonna happen. Oh shit. Okay, let him do it. Oh my god, let him do it. And then we're gonna see, Oh my god, I'm so scared. There we go. Sam disappeared into the fucking abyss of the cave. And my nightmare, however, soon became realized. Oh shit.
You are not worthy.
Oh, there we go. Oh shit. He's gonna get his ass burnt to a crisp. Sorry, Sam. All for the sake of science and achievements. Whoops. All of a sudden, the darkness became full of fire and the bare outline of Sam flashed before burning away in the light of the flames. Sam's voice couldn't even let out a scream of pain as he was instantly burnt to ash. And I'm gonna go along with it. Sam! I'm so sorry. It's my bad, homeboy. My bad, homeboy. Oh, God.
Run!
Oh, there we go. This is what happened in our nightmare. There we go. Diana's voice echoed through the air, but I was frozen in place, watching the flames rush at me to take me as well. I let them consume me, not wanting to forever live with the memory of Sam dying before my eyes. And because of my dumb ass. You are not worthy. There we go. Alright, got that ending. Got burnt to a crisp. Okay. So there's that. And then we can do, in that timeline, again, as I said, we can do the whole, the monster is dead, don't let Sam do the dragon trial. Okay, so we're gonna go back to that point, and we're just not gonna let him do it. Stop, Sam. I couldn't let him do it. I needed him here, for sure, alive. It was too big of a risk to send him in there. I grabbed onto Sam's hand, pulling him back. No, don't. God. Sam stared at me in shock.
Why not?
I know, why not? I took a breath and looked up at him, uncaring about the fear obviously stricken on my face. I saw you die in there in one of my nightmares. Please don't. I could hear the concern dripping in my words. I wanted Sam to survive no matter what. Screw the words being selfish. I would protect Sam with my life. Sam stared silently at me, taking in what I had just said before letting out a sigh and nodding. My heart melted in happy relief as Sam turned away from the cave. Man, you dumbass.
You heard her. I'm not coming in.
Ah, not coming into party. Sorry.
So be it.
He's like, fine. God, I had eggnog, I got wine, I got anything you want, just to have, have your stay be nice and cozy, but nah. Before Sam and I could walk away, a light burst into the air, causing us to grip onto each other and shut our eyes. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna skip on ahead just to see if there's any change. I feel like this is gonna affect our ending in terms of battling Demon Lord, no? Okay, Dana stared at us for a moment before shaking her head. Yeah, me and my dumbass.
Well, at least you're here now.
I know, right? And she's like, I am so disappointed.
Yeah, we've been worried about you guys.
Okay.
At least now we can prepare for the siege.
Right, but I feel like we're gonna get ourselves killed.
Thank goodness you're both alright.
I know, but bruh, but he not Lord of Dragons though.
Are either of you hurt?
No. I feel like since the title was the monster is dead, I thought it was gonna allude to the fact that Smog the dragon was on the verge of death or dying, and then he would want to hand his power over to someone worthy, which would be Sam, in order to rid the world of the Demon Lord. But I feel like it might also allude to the fact that maybe it's referring to Sam. I don't even know. I don't know. Let's just see. I shook my head with a smile, thankful that we weren't. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can skip all the way to the fight of the Demon Lord and see what would happen now that Sam doesn't have the power of the dragons. Actually no, I totally forgot the fact that Sam and Malix had a thing going on, and after all the times I've been so pissed about it too. But yeah, anyways, I forgot that Sam had used part of his dragon powers in order to defeat Malix way before getting up to the Demon Lord. So hey, this is definitely gonna affect the fight now. So Malix continues to pound punch upon punch onto Sam's body, making the body shape indentation in the castle wall that much deeper. However, with a small flash of green light, he suddenly began to erupt from the center. Alright. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Anyways.
Cat?
Okay, so he's still mad. Alright. Okay. Alright, Sam glared hard as he clenched his fist and formed the simple sword in his hand, one he had used in training multiple times. Okay, so he still got mad, he's still kind of powered up, but except it's only his own powers, not with the dragon power. Okay.
Ooh, bringing the blade out, huh? What happened to those good old brute fists of yours?
Well, it's not like you were gonna fight fairly either, Malix, okay? I tried, but then you pulled out a sword too. So don't even talk. Malix raised the arm at his side, forming a large sword with a red blade and a chain connecting from the hilt to his belt.
Time to slice a bitch up!
Ugh. Alright, so they're fighting. There we go. Okay, they fighting, and Sam with a smirk of his own stood tall with a fast-growing green aura around his body. The air around him pulsed in sync with Malix's in equal measure.
It's over, Malix.
Okay, so he's still managing to really beat up Malix without the power of the dragons. Alright, okay. Alright. Okay, so Sam's orb at last made purchase and slammed into Malix's body, knocking him fully into the castle wall. As the orb vanished, Sam quickly rushed forward and rammed his sword into Malix's chest, pinning him up into the stone. Oh, okay, so he didn't obliterate him, but he managed to get a hold of, knocking Malix back and then stabbing him. Okay, is he gonna die though? That's the question.
It's over, Malix. Fucking die already!
Chop up his head. Go for the head. Alright, Sam pulled back, giving me the full view of his sword buried to the hilt into Malix's chest. Malix, however, only chuckled and laughed, coughing blood with each chuckle. Alright.
Pathetic. You're weak, Incubus. You and your bitch human.
Okay, can you just slice off his fucking head already? God.
Says the one impaled on a wall.
Yeah.
You think you can win this war? Be my guest. I'll be back and I'll piss on your corpse when it's all over.
Okay. Okay, you know what? Maybe. That might happen now that... Okay. Okay, bye. Yeah, bye. Yeah, bye. Okay. Shh. Let me read! Okay. With a terrifying laugh, Malix's body melted into hot lava, dripping over the sword's blade and landing onto the ground before fading away. I stared in shock. He was coming back? Yes, because I have a feeling, because we don't have the dragon's power, we're gonna fuck up somehow. I could tell that Sam was angry, but my exhaustion finally hit me like a wave. Okay, so that happened. Okay, let's move on now. Okay, there we go. So Sam lifted his sword to his side and rushed forward, swinging his sword at the Demon Lord. However, his attack was quickly parried, with his opponent's smile growing smug.
Then show me what you've got, little brute.
Okay, so Sam is just gonna fight him with just his own power. Let's see how that goes. Sam snarled and began to swing again and again at this Demon Lord, occasionally shifting positions to find a better angle to attack him. Unfortunately, the Demon Lord matched him every time, blocking and returning the attacks. I watched in shock. Even with Diana's attack on him, the Demon Lord seemed hardly worn down at all, almost indestructible. Was there no way to bring him down? Well, you could have. I mean, Sam could have if you had let him go through the dragon trial. Just saying. God damn it. Sam threw every swing harder and harder, hoping to gain some ground. The clashing of their swords became louder and louder with each swing and parry, but with each swing and parry, it was almost deafening.
Give up, boy.
Okay.
Fuck
You!
Alright, maybe if Sam gets mad enough, he'll probably overpower him. I don't know, I'm hoping. With a snarl, the Demon Lord reached and grabbed hold of Sam's sword by the blade, making me gasp at the sight. What the hell? With Sam's surprise as well, Demon Lord ripped it from Sam's grip and tossed it towards me and Dana. I instantly gripped Diana's head and made a duck, letting it crash through the stained glass. Whoa, that was dangerous. Alright, what the fuck? In retaliation, however, Sam kicked the Demon Lord's sword out of his hand, leaving both opponents weaponless. They took that moment to glare at each other before the They took that moment to glare at each other, within the Demon Lord's clenching his fist over the open blade wound on his hand. Okay. As I stared at the Demon Lord's hand, however, I could see a faint black and red aura around it. Was he casting something? The blood that was dripping from it vanished as the Demon Lord chuckled at his son.
I will kill you, old man!
Oh, is this the part where he, like, kills me? Maybe? Because we had that dream that one time where he totally stabbed us through the chest and then we died.
I want to see you try. You don't even have the strength to save your precious human.
Okay, here we go. I'm expecting it. I'm totally expecting it. I had heard this before. I looked behind me to see the I had heard this before. I looked behind me to see the blade of Sam's sword crash back through the stained glass and rip through my body to erupt from my chest. There we go! Oh shit! The familiar feeling of pain racked through my nerves and body as I stared at the blade sticking out of my sternum. I couldn't even speak as I looked up at Sam and reached out for him. Oh man, Sam's face instantly paled and his body quickly turned to run in my direction. As I began to fall forward, the world went into slow motion as if fate wanted me to take in the cruelty of the moment. I locked eyes with Sam, trying not to faint from the shock and pain, as I watched the Demon Lord pick up his sword once more and ram it into his son's back, the blade jutting out of his stomach. Damn, okay, wow, shit. I heard no sound as Sam's mouth opened in a pained grimace. As the Demon Lord ripped the sword out, I managed to hit the floor, now laid over a pool of freshly flowing blood. My own blood. Wow. Wow. Damn, wow, okay. I stretched my head up to see Sam fall to his knee as well, staring at me with tears in his eyes and blood oozing from the open wound in his body, yeah. I weakly stretched my hand out as Sam fell forward and reached back for me. We had lost, we were dying. Yeah, no shit. And we couldn't even reach each other as we fought to take in shallow breath upon breath. I felt the darkness of death rush over my skin as I desperately tried to stretch forward, but before I could reach him, I succumbed and dead. The monsters. There we go. Okay, see, I totally had the feeling that it was either the dragon that was referring to the monster thing, or it was Sam. There we go. Wow. Okay. Wow. How fucking tragic. Okay. Damn. All right. All for science. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Hold on. Just a few more. Just 2 more endings, and then a couple of things that I kind of want to check out before we conclude, Sam. So bear with the heartbreak and all the tragedy that's happening right now. So that was that. Just okay. So the next one is just you and me, and then the official last ending that we could get in his route. That is listed in the freaking what's called the guide, the walkthrough. Yes, is a new life, which is basically we make the choice of accepting to take the throne. So here we go. Let's see. Stay in the demon world. This was Sam's home. This was the place Dana and the entire rebellion had fought to protect and save. My time here made this world precious to me, and I wanted to take care of it as Diana would have. My heart gave a gentle thump, letting me know that I had made the right decision. Sam smiled brightly and nodded. His brothers and their wives nodded, accepting my answer, but the rebel leaders lowered their heads in respect to me and Sam. Hey now, we can all be one happy family and do this together, you guys. I quickly turned to them and smiled, knowing that they needed to be there and help us rebuild the world we were left with. This is a group effort, okay? This is all team effort here. We hope all of you will help us rebuild this world. Dana would have wanted that. A lump in my throat almost blocked me from finishing the sentence. It was deeply painful to refer to Diana as dead, as she gave her life for me, but the world needed a leader, and it now had a strong group of people ready to lead it. The 4 rebel leaders looked at each other and nodded.
We will do our best. Thank you for trusting us.
Alright, okay, here we go.
What are we gonna do first?
Okay.
We can do all kinds of really amazing things, like rebuild the forests. No, wait, have a party. Wait, no!
Okay, so this is all the same dialogue, so I might just kind of skip on ahead just to see what's new.
Before we turn you into a demon, though, Since Diana is... well... she wanted to give you
Okay, this is the only slight change of sentence that I kind of skipped over just because it sounded the same. But the only change was, as you have heard, before we turn you into a demon. So yeah. So we're just gonna skip on ahead with the whole crowning thing. Maybe go up to the point where Diana was talking to us through her little ethereal visit and then leaving us. Okay, there we go. So Diana is stepping in from the light just to give us one last word of advice and parting words, and there we go.
I have to say, I'm shocked. But I'm very happy knowing my world is in good hands.
Yeah, I'm doing it for you, homegirl. You sacrificed so much. Diana chuckled, stopping me from whatever I was planning on saying before cupping my chin to make me gaze into her eyes.
Promise me that you will take care of the I mean, the king of the demon world. A king is no one without his queen. And in the demon world, the queen is the ultimate.
Aw, hell yeah. Alright, because you could be the king, but you can watch the queen conquer. Yeah, yo, okay. Okay, I'm excited. Alright, cool. Hype. I felt tears form and drip down my cheeks, but I nodded. Something in my heart lifted, and I felt at ease with everything. I had made the right choice, okay. Yes, so...
may you be happy with your choice, dear. And thank you.
Okay, bye, homegirl. Okay, so she's gonna leave. She's gonna say the same shit. So bye. Yeah, they say okay, bye. Okay, so let's rebuild this world together. Alright, let's do this. Together. Alright.
Oh!
Okay.
Crap! I'm sorry. I mean, I'm glad everything worked out, Your Highness. Did you ever imagine that you'd end up being a queen?
I mean, I was born to be a queen, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, just recapping the whole ending part, except now we're being, now us being the queen of the Abyssal Plane. See, what's the difference?
That is so fantastic, though! Think about it! You are technically the second human to become a full-fledged demon and become royalty.
Then I assume the first with Lilith, I think? Because they did mention that, oh yeah, the first, succubus was originally a human, I think. Yeah? I think? Am I getting my facts right?
Anyways.
Okay, anyways, yeah, so
why don't we skip to...
Yeah, we skip.
Huh? You want to know what happened after the war was finished? The entire rebellion celebrated. Word spread far and wide about the rebellion's success, and soon every kingdom in the Abyssal Plains had become united with the new authority.
Yes, under my authority.
You would think demons would be more hostile towards each other, being demons and all, but the threat of the Demon Lord was what brought the entire world together.
Exactly, yes.
Because of the tragedy of Diana and Sero, you and Sam took up the throne of the entire demon world. You were transformed into a succubus and ruled at Sam's side.
Okay, you sound like this is a bad thing. Okay, but yeah, anyways, we're all sad still over Diana and Zero. But yeah, we got this.
Many demons knew you were a human first, but didn't dare speak ill of you, since you were the queen and the wife of the fabled Lord of Dragons.
Indeed, yes, so don't fucking mess.
Huh? You don't know the legend?
No.
Well, it's an old tale, but to basically sum it
up...
Ooh,
we get background story on the Lord of Dragons lore, yay!
When a demon has a pure heart, full of true strength and love, he will possess the power to conquer and consume the power of a dragon, making him the Lord of Dragons.
Ooh, okay, alright.
Man, guess you got lucky, huh? You're pretty much married to the strongest demon, not just in the demon world, but all 5 worlds.
Aw, shit. Aw, shit. Aw, shit. Damn, if Mama could see me now.
Anyways, you and Sam were able to bring the world together and bring about an everlasting peace. With the rebel leaders beside you to help you along the way, you both helped shape the world for a bright future.
Yes, of course, because, we got our shit together.
And I believe that is everything that happened after, well, except for your story.
Which I'm sure is gonna change now that we're in the Abyssal Plane instead of getting back to the human world and marrying. Or maybe, you know what? I just realized I see what is going now. I see. So now that we're in the Abyssal Plains and we're staying here for good, we're probably gonna go on with the whole marriage demon ritual thing, right? Right? Am I right?
Since you rule the demon world now, how the demon world runs is entirely up to you. I'm sure Sam will happily walk along with you on your new adventure.
Let's just get to the part with the demon marriage ritual, though. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen.
After all, while demon marriage is entirely up to you, ruling an entire plane of existence is a whole new ballgame. But I'm sure you can handle it.
Of course, because, you know, I got this.
Huh? Yeah. How do I know? Well, I'm pretty confident that you'll rock the queen thing. Take a look for yourself.
Duh, girl. Like, I was born to do this. Alright, let's see our new life in the Bizzle plane as fucking royalty. To become a demon was an entirely new adventure for me, one I was very eager to go through. The ritual involved in turning me into a succubus involved candles and lilies and magic spinning through the air in threads of powder. Okay. So it's like, you know, Ariel and turning into a human kind of thing. Being that I was a seemingly endless cast of energy, going through with the ritual was surprisingly easy to do. I was allowed to keep my memories of the human world, but my skin became edged with dark lavender markings. Alright? Pretty. What really surprised everyone were my horns. Instead of having one on each side of my head, I had two. One on each side curling around like ram's horns, and the second pair protruding up like mini bull horns. Ha! Cool! Sweet! Apparently, it was a mark of a truly powerful demon. I was very proud of myself for the accomplishment regardless. Yeah, yo! Damn! The wedding was even stranger, however. There were so many things involved that I could barely wrap my head around it, but the one thing I was able to remember was orbs forming in front of my chest and an ethereal green and lavender light connecting both. Okay, there we go. Was this the binding of souls? Indeed it was. From that day on, I could almost sense whatever emotions Sam was feeling. I was able to find him anywhere and know that he was alright. It became a major asset as we became king and queen of the Abyssal Plains. It took me a long period to get used to the feeling of being royalty. I had responsibilities, duties as the matriarch of an entire world, and it frightened me beyond anything. However, the touch of Sam's hand in mine always managed to dissolve my fears. However, there was never a day that went by that I didn't think about what had happened before I became a demon. It was a heavy chapter of my life, one that tested the love between me and Sam. Okay, so yeah, we going on with the whole casual, usual thing. So think that I was married to the Lord of Dragons. Apparently, it was a very powerful title to own, and I happened to be in love with the man who carried it. A title like that, I was sure carried a large amount of responsibility. Yes, still I was confident that we would get through it and stay together no matter what came our way. Demon, devil, dragon, it didn't matter to us. We were unstoppable together. The memory of my own power tingled through me every time I grew confident, eagerly reminding me that I had strength of my own. I would never let anyone come between me and Sam ever again. Alright, the role of queen quickly became one of stress and moral questioning. There were always 10 or 20 issues every day to deal with, dozens more to look into, and hundreds more still to simply hear about. Jeez. The guest room I was once human in became an escape from my duties. While the bed Sam and I shared in our master bedroom was obnoxiously large, I felt more comfortable in the piece of a smaller bed that I had once claimed for a week. Exactly. There were even times I would glare at myself human once more and simply sleep. Since demons didn't sleep, I was constantly working but it was nice on the rare occasion to shut my eyes and let myself become lost in the dream world once more. Damn, no sleep because you're a demon? That sucks. Like, sleep is like the shit, yo. Sometimes Sam would join me, of course. Napping! It was adorable remembering his sleeping face, a goofy grin, hair ruffled and wild, all in all peaceful. As much as we were perfectly fine being demons, it became a treat to indulge in the feeling of having human forms, especially not having horns to adjust for when lying down. Exactly, I would imagine. Jeez. Despite the danger of closing one's eyes in the demon world, I was confident that we were safe. Cause we got bodyguards, okay? Royal guards, like what the hell, we royalty for no reason without royal guards. I let the memories of my past flutter around in my mind as I lay in bed, slowly easing myself from the dream world and back into reality. When my eyes fluttered open, I could only smile at the sight beside me. Remaining in my human form just a while longer, I slowly sat up and stared at the sleeping Lord of Dragons, feeling waves of contentment and joy rush through me at the sight. As my eyes traveled up, I took notice of the lily on the nightstand. It was Diana's lily, and it was the only fresh decoration in the room in remembrance of the past. It was in a beautiful vase carried by a demon craftsman, decorating the nightstand perfectly. Because of its magical nature, it was still alive and looked as freshly bloomed as the day I received it. Despite it being a bittersweet day, Sam and I cherished the lily and cared for it a lot. It was a physical memory of a strong chapter in my life, and I felt blessed to have it still. I let out another sigh before gently nudging Sam. Time to get up to go do some royal duties. Sam, it's almost noon. Come on, Sam, you can't just leave me hanging. When Sam didn't move, I simply chuckled. He was indeed a deep sleeper. I gently leaned in and kissed Sam's cheek, hoping to break the spell of sleep on him with true love's kiss. Oh, we're going through this shit again. Except minus breakfast in bed. It's time to get up. Hello.
5 more minutes.
That's what you said last time, and then you ended up sleeping for a whole decade. Come on. Oh hey! I could only laugh before crawling further onto the couch and sitting beside him while breakfast was waiting. Sam deserved to sleep a bit longer. He had been working hard as a king, so it was no surprise to see him struggle to get up. Alright, I rustled Sam's hair a bit, making him groan and push my hand off tightly, only spurring me to laugh harder. As I did, Sam finally opened his eyes and stared up at me and exhaustedly over his eye. I covered my mouth and giggled, a little apologized for waking him up with my laughter. Sorry, I'll be quiet. Hey, it's like the same kind of dialogue shit, except I didn't make breakfast. I'm not making breakfast. Okay, so... do I have to read this over again? Okay, he stretched and yeah.
Morning, doofus.
Good morning. Hello. Okay, so I might just skip out on this just because we've already got this dialogue, except the only difference is that we're now in the abyssal plane instead of in, the human world in our room. So yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we basically get the same dialogue over again, except for a few changes here and there. So Sam said that instead of just getting up, what did he say in the human world? I think just getting up in general. But anyways, here he said that we'll do our duties later, and he'll stay here for a while. And then afterwards, when we said "I love you, Sam," instead of saying Sam, we said his real name, which is Almar. So yeah, there we go. There we go. We got all the endings. We got all of his endings, all of his official endings. Gonna skip the credits just for the sake of saving time, and then the only thing I want to check out and see if I can get an achievement for, or not, maybe, I don't even know, is the whole trial thing with the with Sergeant. Yes, instead of going through the whole whatever the fuck it's called, yeah. Whatever it's called, instead of going through the entire thing, let's say no. Let's not do it. Don't do it. This was a bad idea. I just wanted to be strong enough to make sure I survived. I wasn't going to risk my life if this was something that could kill me. I'm sorry, I don't think I want to do this. He's so disappointed in us. He didn't need to say anything. I could feel the disappointment in his silence alone. I quickly stood back up and walked back into the castle, not wanting to feel his eyes on me any longer. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that ended up happening. Oh yeah, oh my god, I totally almost forgot what would happen if we agreed with the whole coup d'etat thing of killing off Dana. Wouldn't even matter because she ended up dying in the end anyways. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's try. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here. We're here for science. So I feel like we can it won't change. I feel like it won't change whether we go through the whole trial thing or not. It's just a matter of getting that extra achievement just to be ballsy. So yeah, we are actually going to go to the coup d'etat moment and then see what would happen if we said yeah. We said yeah. We gonna kill Diana. Let's see, where was that? Where the fuck was that? Was it after the eavesdropping? Yeah, it was after the eavesdropping. So it was up to this point. So we're gonna keep watching, and then we're gonna finish the whole eavesdropping session, and then we're gonna encounter the coup d'etat. But instead of agreeing to support Diana, we are actually going to agree to support the rebel leaders and then receive the poison from them. Okay, here we go. We are gonna say, I believe in you all. Even though Diana's gonna die, I don't even know how this is gonna change or some shit. So anyways, we're gonna say we're gonna believe in you. And then yeah, so I'm wondering if Sergeant has anything more to say. I'm gonna skip. Okay, wow, so yeah, that didn't change anything because yeah, Diana ended up dying anyway. So I feel like I might have to go back into one of the other guys' route or up to the point or do a double run on one of the other guys' route that isn't so drastically different from aside from Sam's, because everyone else's so far is the demon lord ends up getting killed off in the throne room, and then Diana lives through it all, by the end of it, and that's the only way for us to be able to see what would happen if, you know, we went through the whole like assassinating Diana by giving her the poison and then letting one of the rebel leaders take over, which would be our instructor at the time. So yeah, I might have to double up on that just to see, because yeah, like I said, it didn't change just because Diana ended up dying anyways in Sam's route. And Sam's route is like canon, I think it was, if I read correctly online somewhere. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, that's the only change of plan in my case then. But yeah, other than that, we're done. We're done with Sam's route. We got all his endings, all the possible endings. I don't feel like I should really go back on anything else, because a lot of his main choices gives us points, and that was like and that's like, it's really important just to be able to just go through with the story progression. And I feel like we wouldn't get any dialogue change, or just like maybe like one dialogue change and that's it, because we didn't do the shit. So yeah, anyways, I don't think it's worth checking out, just because it would just kind of like skim over the action and then just go straight to carry on with the story. So yeah, we got everything. Yeah, so our next guy up is Matthew. This the blue orb, so we're almost there. We only got like 3 more people to go. Halfway, we're at the halfway mark. So in the next episode, we're gonna start up on Matthew's route, and then I'm pretty sure within that route, we're gonna end up doing rerun on 2 trainers. So a new trainer, which aside from Sergeant, I'm gonna do it on the first run, and then the second time around I'm gonna choose Sergeant and then go through it and just see how it is that he ends up, you know, screwing over everyone in the Abyssal Plane just because he took over. So yeah, anyways, until then, you guys, thank you for joining me on Sam's route. I really enjoyed that route, actually. I feel like I honestly didn't I expected one plot twist, and then I got another one, which is like the whole rebel leaders actually getting their shit together, and also the fact that like Diana actually ended up dying in this route. So I'm like, god damn, okay, so shit, because she was so close to dying on the other guys' route, like in Eric's and James's route, but like in the end she pulled through anyway. So like this is like the first time she actually ended up dying because she took a shot for us. Oh god damn, man, she's such homegirl of the year award right here. So anyways, yeah, so yeah, definitely Sam's plots and story had a lot more going on in terms of compared to Eric's and James's so far. Yeah, so I'm pleasantly really pleased so far because of the differentiation in, you know, routes. So hopefully it'll carry through, and then yeah, we're gonna continue on, and then I will do like a full like final thoughts once everything's said and done. So yeah, until next time, you guys, bye.